welcome to a somewhat late,
S-
somewhat late episode. Critical critique pause on
Was it
again,
20, no, 48 hours and 10 minutes?
something like that. Yeah, we're back again today. We're going to be talking about anime. It's going to be an
Yeah.
anime only show. No
No,
videos. No, there's
no,
no
it, it
no.
it fits a little bit less well in the schedule. I guess I
Yeah,
could, but we have
nah.
anime to talk
Well,
about.
we're gonna do a show on the normal time this week too. So
Oh yeah, and
we'll get to
Naretsu,
that.
I did some social finessing with the family, and I'm
Oh
at
yeah.
least good for another 2 weeks of
Hey,
regular time. The
hey.
third week after this, I might do the New Zealand meetup, as I mentioned to you in private.
Right, right. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we're gonna chat about anime. We're gonna have a fun time. There was some video news that crossed my feed. An old nemesis, not didn't return themselves, but a certain dishonest Twitter man decided to make a video about normalities, which is a name I have not heard in a long time. And I reacted to that on Twitter, and my reaction remains the same. We are not going to be watching an hour and 40-minute video about normalities. It's not fucking happening, guys. Maybe look. If we ever that can be like a goal, right? If we get 1,000 subscribers, then we'll
Well,
then we'll we'll do the normal. We'll cover Andrew,
hey,
whatever the fuck his name is.
well, I have to keep it realistic. Say 300 or so. We at two or two
We're
50
at
me.
225 or something right now. Something
Yeah.
like that. So there you go, chat. There's your goal. If you get us to 300, we'll have to cover an hour.
Well,
That would take us literally 2 days. It would
yeah.
take us literally two
And
days to
and
cover.
anyway, maybe we should set goals or something because
Maybe we should.
growth
We
is
can get
slow.
some
Not that we matter.
growth.
This is all for
Growth.
fun
Not like
anyway.
it matters. Yeah, we're just having fun and just shooting the shit. But yeah, no, it's
Those
yeah,
progress
it's
bars
gonna.
might be tempting. Maybe an idea for later.
But yeah, no. So I saw that was a video that crossed my feed. There was a couple of I think there was a couple of other things that crossed
We got
crossed
we
crossed my
got
feed.
videos in the backlog.
Yeah, we got a few interesting little things we can pick from.
I see a good suggestion in chat, Naretsu.
What is our good suggestion in the chat? Let me have 500 subs and Naritsu gets cat ears.
Another set of cat ears, besides the one you
Maybe.
can already see.
I don't. See, I wasn't going for cat ears when I drew this, so that's quite funny. But maybe we'll see. But anyway, how you been? You been doing any fun, having fun, Ellie?
I bought some stuff on the game on the Steam sale.
Oh yeah, that is happening. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
I
was considering doing that, but then my Clip Studio Paint subscription trial ran out on the
ooh.
tablets. I'm gonna have to deal with that next week. So I can't. I don't really want to spend a shitload of money.
It is kind of a bad habit. From when I don't have anything really to do, I could do something like productive, like actually translating some stuff again or something.
Yeah, no, screw
Reading the
that.
old books.
Screw that shit. You've got video games to buy. You
Yeah, and
gotta
I had
buy.
a time
You
when
gotta buy Reverse Collapse. Go on, do it.
I was done with a bunch of games. I finished some games, and then well, damn, I finished all the games that I really want to finish and play. I have stuff to do now. Ooh, Steam sale. Let me buy Victoria free. And now I have Victoria, and it's a paradox game, a complicated paradox game. So I have to bite through and get all the mechanics.
See, Reverse Collapse, codename Bakery is 20% off, $28 New Zealand. Come on.
Are you going to play going to Steam sale? Oh yeah, also like I said last week, VR is a thing that I have installed again, so
Oh yeah, it gets
I'm
always
doing
hot
some
now
Beat
again.
Saber.
Yeah, I was tempted by a few things, but like I said, I kind of don't want to spend
You have to
money
save
right
up for
now,
the
so I'm
Switch.
gonna. Yeah, I've said the Switch, but I know. Well, Switch two
Switch
at this
2?
point.
Well,
But
I only promised you a Switch 1, so...
but no, there was a few things I was considering, but I'm probably just gonna wait till next sale because it's not like I've got enough. I still have to finish Refuse Collapse and a few other
Ooh.
things. I went back and because I haven't gotten to the point where I think the next chapter is still start content I've already seen, so I'm gotta kind of slog through the shit I've already seen to get to the stuff that's new, right? And I've
Mhm.
also been going back and getting all the collectibles and stuff on the maps because there's collectibles on the maps that are
Yeah.
fun little things. Do we ever get to see Naretsu art? Maybe. I may or may not have figured out how I'm gonna do that, but you're gonna have to wait. I'm cooking, okay? I'm
You'll have to
cooking
send over
something.
the assets again.
I have a work that I'm working on that I've dedicated to being I've separated my artwork from IRL and perv work.
Yeah.
So perv works might make their way to Twitter at some point when they're done, because I have one that's not close to finish. It's like probably I'd say 60% done, and then I have a couple that I've got in the planning stage. So I've got at least 3 works planned right now. So I will be maybe posting that on Twitter at some point. So there you go. There you go, Sammy. You will eventually get to see more Naretsu art at some point. It'll happen. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, no, yeah. So yeah, video gaming has been video gaming. I saw there was a news story about Helldivers losing like 90% of its players.
That's normal, actually.
Well, I think that's normal. I wouldn't say that. I think the Sony stuff definitely contributed to
Yeah,
it, and I
it
think
put a damper on things, but to to give Helldivers his proper credit, 5 months to lose 90%. Most games lose like 90% within the first month.
yeah,
So over half a
yeah,
year.
I think it's pretty good, but I feel like because I have played a bit of it recently, and the balance changes have been pretty good. But I don't know, I feel like I don't know, I don't know.
I still play it
Something about the
sometimes, but
numbers.
now I bought Victoria free, so now I have
Yeah, you
this.
got other shit to do. Yeah, you got other
Yeah,
shit to do.
Helldivers is still a fun game. It hasn't. It's not a worse game suddenly, so it's safe to go
No,
back
no,
to.
and I think overall the balancing changes have been pretty good.
Also, I
So
do have a companion app of Helldivers too, and I see, oh, Planet Lost, Planet Defended, Planet Conquered, or no, Liberated, of course. So they do account for the amount of players active with defense and attacks and whatnot. So they do balance to the current amount of players.
So yeah. So other than that, is there any Twitter things? Any Twitter drama?
There is a Twitter thing that I'm
Oh yeah.
because Naretsu, Twitter has become worse.
Well, what do you mean it's become worse? It's always been worse. What do you mean?
It's been absolutely terrible. Naretsu, I curate my Twitter experience.
Yeah.
When I am on Twitter, I am Twitter for specific reasons, for specific topics, for specific people. And recently, let me pull up the good old tablet.
You're gonna show us all your hentai tabs again.
I have made some screenshots of the most vapid tweets that are coming across my feed.
Oh yeah. Let's see what you've got here. Oh god, I can't even read that. What are we? Oh, is this Elden Ring? Elden Rune? We
Some
got
Homelander stuff.
I have been noticing an uptake in like random meme posts.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I tried blocking every person I see that I don't want to see, just blocking every single one of them. didn't work. Then I tried to help the algorithm, saying not interested, not interested. So I kept doing that for 100 tweets. I still get these stupid. We just burned Boogie or some stupid meme about fat cells and appetites. I don't care. Go away. Some modded tattoo on was it Kazuya's?
Yakuza stuff. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Oh, this is I am officially homeless.
Oh yeah, that one. that was just funny though. that one's just funny though.
Some fight about, oh, I didn't like the OP of Chainsaw Man. Oh no,
And
you're dumb.
This is all shit that you don't follow.
I know I don't follow them. Nobody that I know follow them. They're not in my interests. It's just complete vapidness. Why do I see it? Why is it here? I don't care about Homelander.
I feel like in my case, I've just kind of tuned it out because I'm on my feed right now, and I'm like, oh look, I can't help myself from retweeting and liking hint. I'll do it while live streaming. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this.
But I'm going through, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's something about virtual novels. That's fine. That's some cute blue archive art. That's fine. Something about Christian theme, Lord of the Rings having Christian themes. All right, whatever. So I just filter it out mentally. I'm just like, all right, whatever.
So this is
look, cute anime girl.
This is a particularly vapid one. This from this Dan whatever. We hired a 20-year-old at work. Yes, she's hotter than my wife, but she's not my best friend. She doesn't make me laugh. She hasn't seen me at my worst and decided to love me anyway. So I'll pass. Thanks. What the fuck is this? What is this tweet? What is this about? Why am I seeing this?
18 million views with 17k retweets and fucking.
I swear these are all AI bait replied tweets.
Okay, yeah, but the homeless one though, that one's fucking funny because that guy is like some annoying comic artist guy who like makes these really dumb fucking meme comics that go. So he makes these really dumb meme comics that fucking go viral, and most of them are just kind of stupid, right? And then it's like he's apparently such an asshole that his parents kicked him out of the house.
So
he's like,
I still don't care.
I know you don't care. I know you don't care, but it's funny how like everyone's memeing on him. That's probably why it got pushed into your feed, is because everyone's memeing on him.
Also, for some reason, I like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I know you like
Fire Emblem, good games. I recommend Fire Emblem. Almost all of them are very good, and even the ones that aren't on my list are still good. I get pushed in my face this drama about characters that are Camilla from Conquests, Fates, Corrin, Dragon.
Oh yeah.
The sister, her purple-haired sister character. She's sexy.
Yeah.
But she is also, a tragic character. Think to be, right? Then there was this drama apparently in the Fire Emblem Twitter community or whatever about how characters people don't get to see the support conversations that reveal these character traits, and just make fan art of her being sexy, and some other
bad, yeah.
But also, but there's more behind it. But the point is, I don't care. Get out.
And this is bad, Ellie. Six bad. You need to look. You need to know that six bad.
I don't care about this entire Twitter war over there. Get away. Show me some new trailer for Fire Emblem. I don't care about this. Whatever.
I demand my cute anime girls. Demand it. See, I don't know if I mentioned this on stream, but I think something that I did that greatly enhanced my Twitter experience was I created a list and I made a list of nothing but just Japanese artists and lewd artists and hentai artists and stuff, and tried to keep it to as little English speaking people as possible, because English speakers just can't fucking help themselves from randomly retweeting
It's
something
Japanese
political,
too,
right?
but you don't see that.
But I can't read the Japanese ones, Elliot. It doesn't matter. It's like, if as long as it's 95% fucking art, it's fine. But the point, what I think is going on is, I have my theory that I think that if you have a list, the For You tab draws from the list, because I see a lot of anime art in my For You tab, and I think it's because it's taking stuff from my lists and weighing that into the algorithm. So it's like, oh, that's something that's in his list. We'll put that in his main feed, right? So that he sees it. So I think more people should start doing that. They should start using lists. Like, just have lists for everything. And then you can always tab into the list and just look at the list, right? If that's, some,
Well,
if
actually,
you
my
don't want
problem
to,
is it was better
worry off the For
before.
You.
Was better
Yeah, it was
before.
always better before. Well, like, the thing with it is it's kind of gone like a fucking wave curve, right? Because there was a point in time when it was okay under Elon, right? It was fine,
Mm,
right? And then it kind of has started going to trash again. But then pre Elon, it was fucking like deliberately putting shit into your feed to piss you off, right? Which is kind of what you would argue is happening to you now, right?
yeah, because
But but with pre Elon, it was 100. Like, I would get shit that was like the most vapid, dumb commie shit humanly fucking possible, and it was. I knew for a fact it was. Oh, they want me to like quote retweet dunk on this person, right? And I had to resist the urge to fucking get into Twitter fights with fucking
well, not
people that
so.
are probably not even
I had
real.
my interest curated and fenced off, and this is what I want to see on Twitter, and it kept on. It didn't go beyond that, and I was happy.
Well, the problem is it's not just Twitter, right? It's every fuck, like, YouTube has the same fucking problem, because YouTube will recommend me shit that I just don't fucking care about. The Shorts algorithm, I've been fucking around with that lately, because it is very interesting how it's better on phone than it is on desktop. The Shorts algorithm on phone is like, great. Oh yeah, great, cool, cute, yeah, anime dancers and fucking, oh no, oh, that's interesting. That's some wilderness survival stuff. That's kind of cool. Oh, nice. And then you go on fucking PC, and it's just, oh, dank meme collection 425. Oh, it's the same song over and over and over again with the same memes over and over and over again, and it's fucking like trash,
I've
absolute
my
trash
experience is that
content.
I have figured out how to manipulate the YouTube better to to see what I want, or maybe it's just better for me. But I can the, the YouTube I can maneuver. I can pull some strings and make it work for me. YouTube, but Twitter was fine. Twitter was fine before Elon was. It didn't go beyond where I want. It didn't wander off and show me stuff I was not interested in at all. Then Elon, then it became more garbage, and now it's just from my experience, it's just Elon took over and it went from worse and worse and worse, and now I see these all just an entire row of these check marks baiting engagement from the most vapid tweets that I
Well,
can.
I think the actual issue that we have is algorithms exist. We need to destroy algorithms. Return to For You tab. Return. No, return to following tab or whatever. Because the problem is, and it's the problem I had with the YouTube one specifically, because that's the one I had more of an issue with than Twitter, is that you don't control it, right? People aren't able to actually create what the fuck they want, because it's more like a suggestion rather than a actual fucking, like, no, stop showing me this dumb fucking song meme for the 500th time. I don't fucking care. Go away. But anyway,
Twitter
it's getting
an algorithm is over.
Yeah, we've spent too much time talking about fucking Twitter. We should actually talk about anime. We're here to
Yeah,
talk
right.
about anime.
Let's
We're here to talk
go.
about anime.
Let's go to the anime.
But before we do that, because Sammy's probably
Sammy's been here for a while.
Oh, aren't we going to talk about last season stuff first?
This is last season. Oh, you mean?
Oh, you're just gonna. Oh, I thought you were gonna bring up the anime images.
We can switch over. Back to the.
Because we got like 2 weeks of episodes that we haven't
all right.
looked at yet.
All right. So, what do you want to talk about? We're here first.
What do we want to do? Shall we do Mushoku Tensei first?
Let's do Mushoku Tensei.
Let's get Ellie. How come your man God lets you have 2 wives?
Because he's a heathen. A heathen.
How come your man God lets you have 2 wives? Man, so the last 2 episodes of Mushoku Tensei have been like just the most meme-worthy shit that has ever been meme-worthy. Because not only did you get Roxy the Homewrecker coming in like a wrecking ball
the smallest one you've ever seen.
The smallest wrecking ball you've ever seen coming in, right? To just fucking wedge her way in there, right? But then you also get the next episode where you have the funny you've got Norn, right, who is like, you disgusting piece of shit, how dare you, how could you fucking re and then Sylvie just comes in and is like, nah, it's cool, I expected this to happen.
He's Paul's son.
He's Paul's son, yeah. It was only a matter of time before he brought another woman. Jokes and memes aside, good. It was good stuff. It was good stuff.
I like the Rudy's acknowledgement that he is Paul's son. To go back to that.
Let's kind of go through like second to last episode, right? So second to last episode, he big depression time.
Yeah.
Right? Because everything's happened. Dad is half a man.
Hey, no, he's already buried.
Okay. That's
got an honorable funeral. Don't diss on the man.
Yeah, I gotta stop the memeing for a minute, right? So Dad dies. Mom is basically a vegetable. Can't remember anything. No memories. No skills. No nothing. She's basically just there as a husk, right? And so Rudy is big. He is big depression, but he big contemplate depression, right? Because he's
in big. He's still in mourning, but I of course light novels, web novels, many internal dialogues. We don't see it. I haven't read those.
I did watch some videos on it, and yeah, it's very much like he's contemplating like his past life and how he didn't go to the funeral of his like real quote unquote real.
Yeah, there was a little bit in the episode, but
there was a little bit of that in the anime. Yeah, like you get to see a little bit of that. Like they condense it down because something that was brought up in the video was like what's happening in that episode happens over the course of like a few days. It's not just like because in the anime it feels like not a lot of time has passed because it's that you don't get a sense for that. Like you assume, like because obviously Roxy and Rudy sleep together, right? So obviously at least a day has passed, but supposedly it's been at least like 3 or 4 days since but also counting the travel time from the dungeon, getting out of the dungeon, getting back to the city, right? So apparently there's like a lot of time Rudy's had to like think about this, and he's been like not sleeping well. He's not been eating well. Right, he's been having nightmares about Paul's death, right? And there's a whole bunch of stuff that you don't really see in the anime that I can understand why they would skip it, because a lot of it's probably because you only have
It's
so much
him
time, right?
thinking and not talking to others.
Yeah, but because you get the gist in the anime, right? You get the overall gist of where it comes in, right? And so he kind of he's essentially contemplating, oh, I didn't, I'm making the same mistakes that I made back then, right?
Mhm.
Which is, I believe, what he said to Roxy, because Roxy basically comes in, and a part that was cut from the anime was there was apparently you had Roxy, the dwarf guy, and Elise in the bar trying to figure like what are we gonna do about Rudy, and Elise and the other dwarf guy
There's
like,
also
oh, he'll just get over it.
yeah, this was
He'll
all
just
in
get
the
over it.
episodes. Roxy said as
Well,
much.
well, she says it, but you see it in the actual
Alright.
novel. It gets actually you actually get to know what they what went down, because Roxy is basically like, no, he's not going to get over it, because she remembers how he was when he was a kid and he couldn't go outside, right? Wouldn't
Mm.
leave the house, right? And all of that. And so she's like, I have to do something, right? And so that something is the something. So she comes in and it's just like, right, time to get to, and it's interesting how Roxy definitely takes responsibility for it, because she's like, this is not just for him, it's for her too, because she's also kind of having a bit of a, she's she's having a hard time because of Paul. She's also having a hard time because she essentially falls in love with Rudy at first sight when he rescues
Yeah,
her.
he said.
Yeah, I am. I'm remembering what she said. Yeah. So she's like, oh, I fell in love with you at first sight, and then I found out, oh,
It's Rudy.
you've already married and you have a kid on the way, but I still love you, so I've taken advantage of you. And yeah, and it kind of progresses from there. They start heading back, and one of the things that was taken out of the of the thing was when Elise and Rudy are talking about what to do about Roxy and marrying Roxy, right?
Mhm.
It is implied in the light novel that Elise thinks that Roxy is already pregnant.
Oh,
So with Rudy's child already
during the travel back.
during the travel back. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's assumed that he's already impregnated her from that one
The first
fucking.
time,
So
that's
first time,
alright.
yeah. Rudy's strong genes, strong genes.
Well, he overcame the half elf fertility problem, like in
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
half year.
He's got that man god strong genes. It's probably why man god wants him to fuck everything, start fucking everything.
Oh yeah, my theory, right? Just
Yeah,
as
your
much
theory, yeah,
as much Rudy descendants as possible.
possible, yeah.
Although
But that wasn't in the anime. That was hinted at in the novel.
yeah.
So
So
that's an interesting tip. But then basically, yeah, what happens is Elise is like, look, Roxy's gonna be fucking miserable. You should just marry her. As long as you're not a follower of Mills, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And Rudy's like, okay, I guess. Because to his credit, it's not like he's like enthusiastic, right? He's
no.
like,
Well, yeah.
he's not like jumping to like, he's like, oh, nice, I get 2 pussies. Fuck yeah, right? He's not like hyper into it, but he's kind of like, and then they also both kind of are like, well, only if Sylphie agrees to it, right? So, man God is the ultimate incel, which is rudest to take all the women, so they no longer tempt him. So yeah, and so that kind of leads us into the last episode where Rudy comes back. We obviously have sad,
The sad announcement that
big sad. Yeah, big sad. Paul's dead. Norn picks up the sword, right? Mom picks up the gauntlets, right?
Mhm.
So pretty interesting stuff there. Um, and then yeah, the episode is pretty normal. Other than that, until we obviously get to the point where Rudy is like, here's the side bitch.
Yeah.
Here's uh and yeah, I think that I will say that like the Norn fucking absolutely grilling Rudy was needed for a start, but it was also really well animated because she's super emotional about it. It's
Also,
really good.
yeah, it's all right. This world has you can have multiple women. It's a thing, right?
Well,
Especially if you're
it's mostly like it's not culturally unacceptable. Basically, like you can do it. It's not frowned. I wouldn't say it's promoted, but it's not like frowned upon unless you're a follower of Mills. From what I
yeah,
gather.
religion, but then you're getting ostracized because you're from your own religion and support and base and
But
whatnot.
and supposedly, I think that Mills is not even like the majority religion either. So it's not like everyone
Yeah,
follows
if
Mills and
Sylvie
everyone.
wasn't brought up with the Mills religion, and I don't believe that Paul really did. Paul pray before the with. I didn't
I
see
don't
you.
think so. I don't think he was a follower of Mills either.
Although Zenith would be because she's from the continent of where Mills is a thing, I believe. If I got my lore
I don't
correct.
know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. See, I can't trust unknown in the chat. He's like, oh, yeah, 10% of the population doesn't do it. Well, I don't know about it. Again, I have to read the books to get a better idea about it. But from what
Yeah,
I
but
gather from the anime, the overall attitude is like, yeah, it's fine, I guess. And something to keep in mind is also Sylphie, obviously. Yeah. See, unknown. It's joke. Yeah. We can't tell in text unknown.
yeah.
but the thing is, right? Sylphie obviously grew up around Rudius, Paul, and and then the two moms, right? So
Mm,
she's already kind of primed for it in a sense. So her reaction isn't necessarily out of whack. I don't think her being so kind of okay with it
it
because it's
is.
sort of.
I still hold the opinion that it's a little bit too easy for the story for
I
Rudy.
agree, yeah, and that was what I was going to talk about because I had that complaint like with Roxy kind of hitting on him, right? And being very like, oh, Roxy's kind of jumping on his dick a little bit too quick, right? I think that's definitely a criticism I have of it. Is it is very the harem stuff is rushed quite quick, right? It's almost like it gets fucking just Rudy just gets it without any work on
I
his
feel
part.
this is a symptom of the structure in which it's written with feedback and
Mm,
reviews on the shosetsu, where
maybe.
audience feedback and almost a participation in the story kind of dictates what the audience wants from the story, and that can influence the author chapter by chapter or half
Mm,
chapters, even in drafts if they make those. So if the audience
mm,
loves the idea for Roxy to be included as a harem, this becomes a harem thing, and the audience applauds it, even though it's kind of a dumb idea. If it helps
mm.
you to stay popular or become more popular, you might, as an author, yeah, why not?
Yeah, yeah. So I agree. I think that's definitely a criticism I have is I feel like it's way too fast, way too
And it's just called
easy to
easy.
get. Yeah, way too easy to get it. So if we another fun thing from the light novel from the videos that I watched on the differences is Sylphie shuts down Norn way more fucking aggressively in the light novel.
I feel
Because in
that
the anime she's just kind of like, look, I'm fine with it. It's okay. You don't have to be so animated about it. It's okay. In the light novel, Sylphie is like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
That feels like a kind of
sit down. I'm fine with it. I'd have to go find the video in the actual quote because it was fucking great. Or I saw it on Twitter. Did I see it on Twitter? I might have seen it on Twitter. It was like someone
Anyway,
posted
that
the quote.
just kind of
It's
reinforces my
fucking crazy.
idea, my impression that this kind of an audience wish.
It's almost like Norn is like, I know this wouldn't be the case, right? Because obviously different times when this was written and stuff. But Norn is like the stand-in for Twitter, right?
It's a
Norn is Twitter being like, how dare you have a non-standard relationship, and ooh, it's so gross and problematic, and Sylphie is just like, shut the fuck up.
It's just normal.
Which leads credence to your theory, to be honest, because it's like Norn is like the
normal audience.
commenters,
Wait, this
the
is
commenters
bad.
that
This
are
is
like,
bad
this is
writing.
bad idea. Yeah,
This
this is
is-
bad writing. It's lazy. Yeah, it's bad. And then Sylphie is like the author telling them to
We
shut
are
the
we
fuck
are
up.
norm, Naretsu. We are the norm.
Yeah, we are norm. We are saying no. You do not get two pussies. Okay.
And
You do not get to have a side
And
bitch.
then what does the author do? Says, no, you're wrong. Look,
You're
the
wrong.
characters agree with me.
The myth of consent. Myth of consent. I consent. I consent. I don't. Isn't there someone you forgot to ask, Ellie?
The characters that I write agree with me.
God. So yeah, they solve that. Norna's still a little bit pissy about it, but she gets over it kind of quick. Especially since when Sylphie gives birth, you see like her and Roxy just kind of like holding being all friendly. So I don't know. Yeah, again,
Can't
it
stay
feels
mad forever.
again, it goes back to what we've been saying. Like, it feels too easy, right? It feels way too easy. Like, it just kind of happens and it's fine, right? But obviously, Sylphie gives birth to a baby that looks very much like Rudy, but with elf ears. So
Cute.
cute baby girl, right?
Although I would
we end.
I would find it funnier if it was a boy, half elf.
Yeah, would be funny. And then we've got the ending, which I felt was really good, with Rudy going to the grave and paying his
some
respects.
closure. He does a little bit. He does a Japanese thing, but it's
but
fine.
he had a really good line there where he talks about how even though he has these memories from his past life, he's still just a brat that needs to grow up. And now that he's got a kid, he needs to grow up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think kind of encapsulates the whole point of the series, right? Kind of shows sort of, a lot of the stuff I've been talking about from back when we were like killing each other over the fucking Eris shit back in the day. like Rudy despite him technically having the memories of him all the way up to age 40, he never really grew up in that time. And then now he's got another chance and he has to grow up, and he's got a long way to go. He's still not perfect, but it should be all right. So, and then we've obviously got the announcement that season 3 is happening. So, Mushoku Tensei is going to happen.
I didn't catch it one, but wasn't it already confirmed for 5 seasons? Although it's kind of
probably was.
If it
yeah,
was 5 course or 5
was.
seasons, sometimes it's.
I think it's probably going to be a full adaptation of what's been written, because I think Mushoku Tensei itself has ended. I think like the actual.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think it's ended, and I think the author is going to be like carrying on with the kids or something.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I know I heard that the actual series has ended. So we'll see what happens.
Good stuff. I like from all the way back to the beginning. I could see the light novel internal dialogue happening as Rudy was silent on the bed. And I would imagine that in those scenes before Rudy has sex with him, that he was fully conflicted about why am I so sad about my fake father, but he was kind of a father for me. but I had another father. Am I failing this father the same way I did my real father? But who is my real father anyway? He was he were there for me more than my birth father?
Mm,
Yes, no, endless. How much guilt should I feel? How much sadness should I feel? I feel so
mm,
sad. Was I more sad about this fantasy father than real father, or what? Endless back
mm,
and forth confusion. I could see, like I said, I could see the writing, but it was all silent. Him on the bed.
mm, mm.
Otherwise, yeah, we kind of discussed it all. Um, I will remain disappointed in that Rudy gets two wives so easily forever. But it's something I will have to deal with. The author will
Yeah.
just make Norm scream, be and make Norm avatars of us and be put down.
Mm. But overall, I think Michelle Gotez has been really solid all around, though. I think
Yeah, I do
I'd say
wonder.
consistent quality. I'd say consistent quality, right? This has been pretty consistent with the
Now I'm
other
kind of
seasons.
wondering what the Man God's next move is going to be, because a Man God apparently
Mm,
planned for Roxy, or didn't care for Roxy to live. Would-
yeah, yeah. Well, you was gonna regret it either way, and so. Mm, mm,
does tell me that Man God is kind of fine either way, but would rather Paul live than Roxy live,
mm.
because Mom would
Well,
be incapacitated either way.
so yeah, we'll see what happened. We'll see what happened.
Next season, whenever
Definitely.
that comes.
But I think overall this season's been pretty consistent with the other seasons in terms of quality. I think
Yeah.
Mashoko Tensei is kind of like a rock at this point where it's solidified and it's pretty much you know what you're getting, right? You kind of know what you're getting when you go into it, right?
Yeah.
It's yeah. Unless they
So,
do a fast one and completely change studios and have
yeah.
horrible animation next season, right, or something, right?
All
So yeah.
right,
So
now let's
anyway,
see.
what do we got next? You talk about
You'll do
one of
your
your
Blue Archive for a
oh no.
second.
Oh, you want me to do Blue Archive? All right, I'll do Blue Archive. Final of Blue Archive was pretty fun. It was pretty much just we have to assault the big robot man base to get Hoshino back. Right. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go in, beat the shit out of them. Big fights. Not the best animation, I'll say. Not great. It wasn't amazing, but it was fine. It was okay. It was good moments in there. Right. All of the characters come in as backup. Right. I
Yeah.
put in the Trinity girls bring their artillery cannons. You've got the Gehenna girls show up and start wrecking shit. You've got the problem solver task force coming down in the helicopter. Having all the friends show up to help, right?
Yeah.
And then yes, this big Hoshido kind of being, oh, I'm regretful of what happened,
My
all the
past, I was caught up in
regrets,
the
all the mistakes. I
past.
was naive. I got tricked by the adults. Oh no, oh so bad, right? Um, and then she obviously gets saved by the girls, and they all have a happy ending where they go, oh yay, yay, happy endings for the Blue Archive girls. Yay, she's welcomed back to school. Yay, right? So overall, I'd say pretty good. I'd say pretty good. Um, I think I would say that I feel like they. It's a shame that we didn't get any set up for a second season because I feel like there could have been, knowing what comes up in the story, right? For,
Mm.
for Blue Archive, I feel like there could have been a bit more lead in because it just kind of ends.
There's no
There's no
confirmation of
real
second
like
season or anything.
no, and there's not really any like outside of oh we rescued Hoshino. It just kind of feels like oh well back to business as usual, right? you know,
Yeah.
no, there's no real conclusion, I guess, which makes sense considering that there is more, right? But there isn't also any lead in to anything else. Um, so I guess I'll just talk about like my overall thoughts on the adaptation. I think it was pretty good. I'd say that it works as an adaptation of what I know of the story, what I know of the lore. I think that it's if you went into it not knowing anything about Blue Archive, you'd probably have a decent time, right? It's probably a bit more for fans in the sense that yeah, I don't know. It's kind of 50-50 on that. I think that if you're not a Blue Archive enjoyer in terms of playing the games, you'd probably have a good time. But if you did play the games, you'd also probably have a good time. So it's kind of 50-50 on that. It's not like it's bad. It's not like it's one of those adaptations where it's like just for the fans and the fan service, right? Like I
Mm.
think it works good enough as a stand-in, right? Um, I think that there are definitely the animation quality is definitely not fantastic, but then again, there actually isn't too many fights, so I don't think that it's terrible. Could have been better is my rating for animation, I guess. Could have been better, and yeah, there was some fun moments. You got to see some fun moments from the series, the story. Got to have some fun. Yeah, it was good. It was good. That's really all
Alright.
I have to say about it. Really, it was fine. Um,
I'll talk about.
hopefully we get more because I want to see the fucking Eden Treaty shit get adapted.
You keep talking about this mysterious Eden Treaty.
Yes, I want to see that shit get
Yeah.
adapted.
I'll talk about. I'll do a double feature, a triple feature, kinda. I'll talk more about my two band girl jellyfish shows.
Yeah. My girl's crying in the bands. Yes.
Yeah. So, Yoru, continuing on from last episode, Yoru, our artist, was contacted by Mother of Idol Nonoka, Nonotan, the mother which she desperately wants attention from, but she doesn't give her daughter the attention. It's a bit of a complex. She made the whole band for the attention. She kind of feels guilty about that. That was all kind of resolved in the last couple episodes. Yoru goes there, got her a proposal accepted, and now she goes, all right, I'm in. Now I'm going to ask for something else. Let me, my band, and your daughter play at this event.
Right.
And it was like
big event playtime.
And all right, what's the benefit? We had Backlash, and now we are on stage, so many people watching, and that's not enough. That wasn't enough, but Yoru layers something else on, and all right, accepted. But Naretsu, this is the first time since ever that our idol girl is playing live in Forever after she was cast out of the idol business and labeled as a assaulter of five fellow idols, beating them up and whatnot. So the audience is a little bit scary. Sucks. Maybe they're going to yell violent hooligan at her.
Yeah. Bad.
Yeah, scary. So, but the great Yoru Sensei has devised a little thing where she makes the Shibuya an aquarium, projecting all kinds of fish and starfish onto the buildings around them, and having a bunch of audience members open up a blue umbrellas, so the ground is blue, sea, water, and on the sky, on the buildings, it's all fish. So you're in an aquarium on stage. Right.
Nice.
Confidence given. She plays well enough. At the end, because Nonotan, the detail, Nonotan is her idol name. Or formal. It's not her real name. But in recognition of her daughter, the mother says, yeah, the producer of this song is my actual daughter's name. Recognition, yay. Everybody is having a good time. Our fake VTuber who kind of continuous lied about who she was and what she did, is now making fun of, hey, shouldn't you be at your graduation? And what about you, says the comments. Well, don't worry about me. And there's, if you can read it, one of the comments says something like, student council president, age 23. Fun
Right.
stuff like that. A certain
Mm.
captain of a ship who's 17.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it all started on that jellyfish mural.
Mm.
And Yoru got permission to do a redraw of it.
Hey.
Paint it over. So they make a little, Instagram video, vertical video of the whole thing, of the process. Them goofing off, drawing something, and in the end, you have to see the episode or see a screenshot. Pretty jellyfishes. And there is a small opening for a second season. But all in all, happy ending, neat bow tie wrap. Everything ended up good. Happy.
Yeah.
And to
Happy
spoil,
endings all round.
yeah, and it may be a little bit too neat because everybody is happy at the end, right? There's no really loose threads in that sense. It's not really real life-ish. Oh, damn. Terrible problem for Unknown. He can't make a joke because he doesn't know this one.
Yeah. So what about the Crying Girls? How's
The Crying Girls. 7. Yeah. Well, you see her crying already.
I saw a really funny tweet about the Crying Girls where it was like, Girls Band Cry the movie, where they go to America and they all like do crazy batshit stuff in America. Like one of them like gets in a bar fight or something.
Oh, I can totally see several getting into a bar fight.
Yeah, I'd have to find the tweet again, but it was really good. It was quite funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, what was the conclusion to the Crying Girls?
All right, this is 2 episodes, so it's a little bit narraty, going through the scenes. But because the live performance last episode was good, they got signed.
Hey!
They got a label.
Hey!
Indie No More. They got a studio with people with very similar names. Very fun detail that I noticed. All the characters that don't matter are drawn 2D. Because they only exist for this one scene.
That's some fun. That's some fun. Fun.
Yeah, some fun cost savings. Because if you're not going to use this model again, why have it only for this one 2-second scene?
Yeah, that's
so
good.
You can kind of pick out who's important and who's not, if they have a model or not. The reverse of what is happening.
It's like having simplified background jobber things.
Yeah, the 3D models in the background. They don't matter. They're 3D. No, it's the reverse.
There's just a default stock 3D model.
Yeah. And now if they're,
but now it's in reverse. Yeah, it's in reverse now. Yeah.
Anyways, that aside, they have a studio with people, a marketer, marketing, and all that stuff. They're going to write a song. Momoka is writing a song, and at first it's all kind of alright, but then problems Naretsu. Momoka feels the pressure of writing a song. The more serious he gets about writing a song, the greater the pressure, the disappointments, her past, her failing, living up to the past bands she was in, all that stuff. It's kind of a problem. But in the end, Naretsu, they get a song, they're happy with it, and they're going to release it online, and Nina excitedly is going to check the numbers on it. Guess the number, Naretsu.
Big number.
Yoru got 2.2 million on her.
Based.
Well, that was Yoru, the previous show.
Oh.
What's this label produced song?
She got 5 whole views.
Well, basically, she got 103.
Oh, oof.
So they're going to have a little bit of a talk with the agent about this.
Oh.
And the agent says, "Oh, this is the company's fault."
Ah.
But she's kind of lying. In between the lines, the band's name and the song name and all this stuff got enough search hits, but nobody clicked through or shared it. That means the song is bad.
Oh no.
But she didn't really want to say that to this new band because it would shatter their, will to go on. But anyway, Naretsu, the Diamond Dust Girls, the band, is going to have a competition. The band who's with their band. Big publicity.
Okay.
But
big
the contest, if you win the contest, you get to you get some drama documentary about you.
Right.
However, the contest is about sales numbers, sales tickets. Are you going to outsell sales tickets for a big idol group versus indie band with 103 views? This is a setup.
It is. It sounds in the business we call this foreshadowing.
But maybe this isn't a setup. This may be, hey, we're trying to help you out, or we're going to establish that you don't sell, that you can't sell tickets, and you'll be forever known as the bad band.
Yeah.
That can't sell tickets and make bad music.
Yeah. Big bad. Yeah.
So, Nina says, "Yes, I'll compete with Diamond Dust. I hate them." Look at her before the sign. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
But sales tickets, the numbers come in and they can't even sell 30% of the venue. Diamond Dust is sold out. They already lost from the beginning.
Yeah.
The problem is kind of that they are playing on different days, on different stages almost. So it's not even the same concert or anything.
Right.
But the Diamond Dust is willing to help out. They can play on both days, both bands on both days on both stages. But Nina says, Nina heard this from one of from her former friend, and her former friend says, "Nina, you suck. Just being around you sucks." Because you're always right. You're always so full of righteousness.
So true. So true.
You're radiating, spikes of justice that, that prick and stab everybody who comes near. Because now it's revealed that all those times she got an aura that reaches up to the heavens of her violent, black and red spikes.
I choose violence. Yes.
It's her kind of her aura of I am right and you are wrong. And Nina doesn't like to be wrong. So the girl from Diamond Dust says, "Hey, admit you are wrong and you will allow you to play on the same stage as us." Nina says, "Fuck that."
Yeah, fuck you.
And even though she kind of convinces the other members of the band, hear this through different routes, doesn't matter. They say, yeah, why not? More publicity on the same stage, doesn't matter. Nina says, no. That means I'll have to admit that I was wrong. And maybe to specifically, it was wrong for me to stand up to stop the bullying of another girl.
Right.
In school,
Right.
another girl was bullied. Nina says, she's getting bullied, that's bad. Her friend, who is now in Diamond Dust, says, no, don't bother, you'll be the one who's getting bullied next if you do that. Nina says, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
And Nina gets bullied.
Right.
So, girl in Diamond Dust says, Nina, you see, I was right. You shouldn't have bothered. But Nina says, no, I am right.
Yeah, fuck you.
Even though it made me quit, even though it made me quit school. Even though the girl I was helping joined the bullies and was bullying me. I was right. So full righteous Nina says, fuck that, we're not going to do that. Alright, record label, we quit. Sorry, we resign.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah.
Well, because they only cost the record label money and it wasn't working out anyway. So they quit the record label. In a full episode length, they joined and then they quit.
Yep.
And they do this final performance. The Diamond Dust girls look on. Nina says, "Fuck you all, I am right." And they do one last performance, and the thing is over.
It's all ogre. It's all
yeah.
over, guys.
So to elevate me beyond just summarizing what happens, the nice difference between this one and I have to do this correctly. This one and Jellyfish Can Swim in the Night is that Jellyfish that Can Swim in the Night is about kind of the production of it. It's about who does what is involved, the technical know-how, the singing ability, the music player, the artist that makes the logos and whatnot. And it's about recognition, it's about accomplishments, it's about all the troubles that come with getting famous and getting famous. So you got doxing, you got realization that you're getting recognized, stage fright of having a past.
The pressure is involved, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, I'm the only reason I want to be famous is so that my mom approves of me for being famous and whatnot. So that's that. Girls Band Cry doesn't care about that production
Any of that
it.
shit. Fuck that shit.
It's fun. This kind of a thing that I noticed because I have seen other band shows before, and picking
obviously Bochi comes to mind,
But picking a name is important, right? It's a big deal. Here it isn't. The name is picked off, between episodes. The band name is picked. The writing of the song and the practicing is shown, kinda, but it's not about the practice. It's not about the picking of the name of the band. It's not about the brands of guitar. It's about expressing yourself.
Right.
It's pure about letting out emotions and dealing with emotions. That's Girls Band Cry, and it's not interested in production. It's not really interested in much at all, actually. It's all about the emotional journey. Well, not Ghost Cry, Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night is far more interested in the little bit more technical and the impact
Yeah.
of doing this.
So it is interesting to have like two somewhat similar shows
Yeah,
in the
if
same
I now
season
I'm then saying
that do completely different things, right?
Ghostband
'Cause-
Cry is from the inside and letting it out.
hmm,
And Jellyfish from Can't Swim in the Night is about the outside getting in.
hmm.
People noticing you and what it does to you.
Mm.
Ghostband Cry is from letting it out and feel and getting the repercussions from that from people around you, not from the audience, but just
Right.
generally peeping people around you.
Mm.
That's the differences between the two of them.
Yeah.
That was my stuff. Do you want to talk about Kaiju 8?
Yeah, I'll cap that off because I do. I mean, I obviously, as always, don't have images for it. But the general gist of what happened in Kaiju 8 was he got exposed. The government is like freaking. I love how every time it gets smaller. Every time it gets smaller. The little image gets smaller every time. It's good. So the general just was he gets exposed. The government is freaking out. They're like, oh no,
What are you?
what are we
What
gonna
is
do?
this?
People can hide as kaijus now. What's going on? They find out his heart is a kaiju core now, so he's not
Hmm.
technically human anymore. Although it's still kind of vague as to the mechanics behind it, right? But the general just is they're trying to determine whether or not they're going to execute him and turn him into a weapon or not. And obviously, all of the squad mates and all of that are like, no, don't kill him. He's good. He's good man, right? He's good man, right? Doesn't matter if he's a kaiju. He's good man, right? And you have the dad of the Cinderella blonde girl, who's big buff man, big director man of the anti kaiju thing. He's like, I'm gonna fight him. And so they have a big fight, and what ends up happening is so there's some hints of some things. Um, because obviously he's trying not to die, and then the kaiju within him kind of takes over,
Hmm.
and the kaiju is like, kill kaiju, kill other kaiju, kill kaiju, kill kaiju, right? So there's some kind of like weird thing going on there with the kaiju in him, which is like this weird little fucking wasp looking flying thing that kind of went into him in the first episode is like taking control, and essentially he regains control, stabs himself in the heart. They fix him up, and then they decide, right, well, we'll keep him alive as like a living weapon, and he can stay on the team and he can do
Hmm.
stuff. And then it kind of ends there with the hint of like a next season where it's going to be, hey, you know, there's other kaiju that are like human masqueraders as kaiju, and they have their own agenda and they're doing something, right? So overall, I'd say Kaiju 8's pretty good. I'd say it's quite fun. It is very. I wouldn't say it's too different from the traditional shonen formula because a lot of people hyped it up as being, oh, it's about a guy who's in his early 30s. That's different, Ellie. That's not the same as all these Twitter
Kinda,
people
yeah.
going on about. Oh, why don't they make anime with characters that are adults? Well, there you fucking go. There's your fucking anime. They're all in their fucking 20s, right? There you go. Um, so yeah, but the thing is that doesn't actually change a whole lot, right? There is obviously an angle to it, and I think the overall theme that I've talked about over the last few times I've talked about it of, natural talent versus hard work, right, is
Hmm.
a running theme in the entire series, right? It's definitely an interesting theme, but I do think that people kind of overhype how different it is from a traditional shonen formula because he's still overpowered. He's still, all the other characters are still doing the shonen thing of, oh, I need to get stronger, right? Big improvement, big strength, right? There's still a lot of big fight stuff that happens between the other kaiju and him and the other members of the task force doing stuff, right? So I wouldn't necessarily say it's revolutionary, but it's an interesting series on its own right. And I think that the idea of having a show based around that theme of talent versus skill, right, is quite an interesting angle to go at it. So I'd recommend it. I'll definitely be continuing to watch it if it gets a second season. Um, maybe I'll bother to actually fucking get images for it and actually talk about it a bit more
Los
intensely. So
Imposos.
shall we? Because we've got a loser ranger, I think.
Yeah, let's do that one next.
And yeah, and then is there anything after that? Because we'll have to get to next season.
Well,
So.
no, that's not. That's everything. The rest is
Mm.
already. Well, I can talk about Spice and Wolf. I didn't continue watching it after a certain episode.
Yeah, we dropped Remonster.
I forgot Remonster was very much dropped deliberately.
Yeah, we dropped.
But Spice and Wolf was just kind of left because it's a story that I already know. So it's kind of nothing against Spice and Wolf. It's a good show. If you don't know it, it's a good show. If you haven't watched it before, the previous one,
Spice and Wolf.
Yeah, it can't be worse. It's the same story.
It can't be any worse. Yeah.
No, so it's probably still very good. Therefore, you should watch it if you don't know it. Good stuff.
Right. So Loser Ranger, interesting final episode of Loser Ranger, or last two episodes, I guess. Big things happen in Loser Ranger.
Yeah. To be honest, I was kind of happy that it kind of picked up a little bit again, because this was kind of the pace of the first couple of episodes where.
Yeah, we kind of had a bit of a lull in like the last few.
But I kind of realized when watching maybe with the last episode already that the half of the season is him locked up underground.
Yeah. Yeah, it's him doing the whole like ranger training,
and he can't really be himself for this entire time, where he has just to have to worry about not being found out. So the moments
he has to act like the other guy. Yeah.
So the moments where he reveals who he is to the blue Afro guy, that was a very cool moment where he could be himself and a little bit threatening. That was cool. Also, we get a lot more character and we got a little more character building and world building in these last episodes, which it's kind of sad that it kind of picks up again as it's the finale.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely been a bit of a up and down in terms of pace and in terms of like a bit of a lull. But it's still been overall good. I'd say it's still overall good.
Oh yeah, especially when it's getting another season, so it's
yeah, we've already confirmed second season, so I think so. But in terms of what happened was, you basically had Tree Carrot Top Man turns into Birdman.
Oil Derek.
Big fights. Yeah, big fights ensue, right? Stop him from escaping, happen, stuff. And Fighter D works with the other team members to defeat him, like one of the clones, right? And that was fine. That ended up going quite well. One of them dies though. I'm pretty sure. I think it was the older guy.
The older man who's been here for 50 years. 50 years.
50 years.
10 years or whatever.
Years. He died, which was a shame. And then Fighter D, we did get a bit of a backstory for Blue Ranger, which was kind of interesting. How he was a thug, right? He's big thievery, big crime.
Yeah, so he was kind of a petty criminal that got set up by a boss monster, and then got the reason why he does the crimes is to kind of fund the orphanage set up by Blue Ranger. The previous Blue Ranger. So Aoshima, I believe the name of the current Ranger, Blue Ranger was friends or buddies with the past Blue Ranger. But he got horribly, our current Blue Ranger got horribly sliced by Boss Monster, and then Boss Monster was presumably killed by Red Ranger, the same Red Ranger as he always was. Oh, I kind of forgot. Well, I'll come back to it later. But he got horribly scarred. But Red Ranger then, Akebana, says, hey, the previous Blue Ranger, I can't use him anymore. He's done.
Yeah.
But
showing his Sigma male becomes psychopath.
Yeah, but we aren't shown how, right? How he Blue Ranger got.
I assume it's just maybe he's old or something.
I more think that Akebane just killed him.
Maybe, yeah.
He saw this guy being a better fit and just got rid of the previous Blue Ranger. Said, now you're going to be the Blue Ranger.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him.
Because there's a detail that I picked out, right? It's Oil Derek, Oil Rig says that he looks at Sukiri, says, "Oh, you're one of them." And the image shows, some priestess or some religious group with a big dragon in the background. So that tells me that there's a religious group around dragons that are not necessarily aligned with the Rangers. Which makes me feel that the artifacts are stolen from that religious group.
Because it is mentioned that the Ranger weapons are divine artifacts from the Dragon God or whatever.
Yeah, so either those artifacts were given out, in this time of need, the prophecy says give these out, blah 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 blah, and they were not returned, and this group is pissed about that. So Suzukuri is a member of this religious group that wants those things back. Or those artifacts were stolen from them. They were supposed to be used by members of their own group, but they were stolen to outsiders. And now Akebane is kind of controlling the artifacts and their god is an extension of that, because he kind of commands the dragon god to make him now the Blue Ranger. He's not really threatening this dragon god in this little avatar he shows up in.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some interesting kind of stuff going on. Kind of looping back to Fighter D getting to have his fight with Blue Ranger and having the fucking time of his life, right?
Yeah, finally.
which is interesting, right? Because it kind of shows this is what Fighter D wanted. He wanted an actual fight, not just what he'd been doing for the last 15 years or whatever, where it's just fight Ranger pretend fighting. No, he wants real actual fight.
And now he gets an actual fight with Blue Ranger 1-on-1 to the death, fair fight, no interruptions.
And then what ends up happening? Just when it's about to go into the climax, he gets fucking cockblocked.
Blue Ranger shot through the neck, which is a creative place to get shot.
Gets shot through the neck and then falls on D's sword, basically.
Yeah.
Into his heart. Yeah, fair fight, quote unquote. Well, I mean, I did quite like the exchange where Blue Ranger is like, "Stop! You fucking
get away! How dare you take him?
Stop running around and using all these tricks and stuff." And D is like, "That is literally my ability. I'm going to use it." Right? But then, of course, when D is like, near Blue Ranger's,
Has the opportunity to
has the
some-
opportunity to use the other guy as like a hostage or whatever. He chooses not to do it and is like, no, I don't need it. That's not how I fight. I want to fight you for real, for real, for real. Right? I'm gonna fight you for real, for real. So yeah, it was very. I would say it was very interesting, but it was he gets very very cock block, very big cock block happens
Mhm.
When Boss Monster shows up with XX, and XX eats the Boss Monster, which I assume means that XX is going to become like the new host or something.
Yeah,
I don't,
kinda.
who knows what that means, what's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen probably. But Fighter D is like pissed. He's super fucking pissed. God damn it. And I think it's interesting because it's kind of like all D wants is to, fight and win with his own accord, right? His own power, his own,
Mhm.
not have to rely on other people to do his
Or
thing.
do other people's bidding, because he's not.
Yeah, or do other people's bidding. Yeah, he wants to. Yeah, but then at the end, he ends up getting basically saved. Quote, maybe not, because we don't know how the fight was going to go. Right? He basically ends up getting, despite everything, he still gets fucking, something out of his control. Right? Jumps in and interrupts him. So
Yeah,
there's an
it's
interesting kind of character thing there. I think.
it's more. D has been under the thumb of boss monsters, and he was fine with that. But
Mm.
uh,
But then the
that
boss
was a good
monsters
scene.
basically died or abandoned them. Yeah.
Yeah, it was abandoned and used and not respected. That's kind of the thing that angers him the most. No respect. When Red Ranger says you're no longer enemies, it's not we are friends now. That you're not worth the speck on my dust. You're not worth the dust under my feet. That was a disrespect move of Red Ranger. And that's the thing that hurts the most, more than being called a monster, more than
Yeah. So his like I guess ideology, right, is basically, I don't want to dominate the world so that I can, kill all the humans and rule over them like a dictator, as was like shown kind of in the
the
inner
dream
monologue
sequence.
vision, the dream sequence, right? It's like, no, I don't want that. I want to be seen as equal, right?
Yeah.
I want to be seen as equal and not a puppet slash,
Tool.
yeah, tool
We
to be
say they
used
were
and
he was a
abused.
tool to the boss monsters, but there was
Yeah,
some it was early days. He didn't know better, but under the Rangers, he was so much a tool. He hated it so much. I said this before in a previous review of the episode, where these problems are just respect, right?
yeah.
It's just respect. And if the Rangers said, "Yeah, your boss is lost, but hey, we can be friends,"
Yeah, let's have a fight every week just to kind of,
for realsies, right? I mean, not
yeah,
no
for
no
funsies.
killing, but we can fight and we can be equal, and we'll not use
We'll have
those
a good
stupid
time.
things.
We'll have a good time. It'll be
Or
fun.
maybe
Time.
oh no, that's fighting. Let's skip the fighting. Let's just have the fun bits.
Yeah.
And, there was a path for these dusters to be integrated into this society without losing their dignity. The Red Ranger specifically, because it's kind of clear to me that the Red Ranger is really the problem. The rest seems fine. Kinda.
Yeah, the rest seem to obviously have their quirks. Like the Pink Ranger's obviously a fucking, he wants to fucking fuck the brother, right?
Yeah.
They obviously seem to all kind of have their quirks.
But
right,
not
the Blue Ranger. The Blue Ranger was obviously kind of he was a thug criminal with a heart of gold, right?
Yeah.
So he's a thug criminal with a heart of gold. Pink Ranger is obviously in love with the brother, right? Just doesn't really care about anyone else, only really cares about the brother, right?
And the rest we don't really have a good clue on the
we haven't got a real good like vibe on the others yet, but we can assume they probably also have some kind of quirk or
but it's
something
only
like that.
it's just a quirk.
Yeah, but the Red Ranger is literally a psychopath.
Yeah.
It's literally just a psychopath, because even at the end of the series, he beats the ever-living shit out of that guy to get
And he says, "Oh
information.
no, he didn't want to tell me in the 5 seconds I was beating him to death."
And just sits down to eat his sushi with his fucking blood-soaked fists. Like, yeah, just doesn't care. And then also, you see it when he's like in the helicopter, and he's like, "I lost my comrade. God damn it, he was just the perfect height for our pose. How could this happen? How dare this happen? How dare he do? How dare he die?
Yeah.
Because now our pose is going to be all messed up." He doesn't actually care about him as a person or him as a thing. He's more worried about, oh no, how is this going to make us look? So
Superficially look, even not not
yeah,
even from a
superficially
moral
look.
stand. It just
Yeah,
pure.
so he is literal psychopath. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the series evolves.
Yeah, and also just to finish off the last couple of scenes, right? Suzukuri and Tokita are having a dinner. Tokita has found a cartridge of the Red Ranger's weapon on Suzukuri. That means that those cartridges were all with the red, the divine weapon. If Suzukuri has one of the cartridges, that means she has the weapon. How do you get that? Oh no, Suzuki says, "Hey, you haven't turned me in right away. That makes you an accomplice, and you will have to explain why you have that too. Too late to just blame me. You're." She has plans, and I like.
She got her own agenda, yeah.
And I like when she has plans.
Doing her own thing.
Also, yeah, the nice we mentioned Red Ranger beating somebody up. The idea that there are even more organizations that are scheming.
Anti the Rangers, yeah. There's some things in the background going.
It makes more sense for me why Green Ranger or the Green Ranger, brigade is focused on intelligence, because they apparently were aware of a boss monster being alive and around, and they were actively searching for him. So it wasn't a secret to them, even though it was known to them, they were actively searching for him. There was something different from ignoring them or trying to covering up. So, and now there's multiple organizations that are after or want to disrupt this, power structure of the Dragon Keepers. Yeah, Green Ranger group being espionage and counterintelligence and all that whatnot makes sense to have. And Sakurama.
So definitely like both it and, because I think Girls Band Cry also wasn't licensed for a while, right? I'd say both of those are definitely sleeper hits of the season.
Yeah, because both of them,
especially Ranger, because this is what annoys me the most, is Ranger definitely feels like the kind of show that a lot of more people should be talking about, right? It feels like something that would probably be really popular if it wasn't locked behind Disney Plus. Because Disney Plus just doesn't fucking advertise shit. Like, they just don't, right? So no one even really knows about it. No one's really watching it. No one's really talking about it. It's just kind of in this void. And there was some tweets I saw a while ago, like a month or two ago, talking about this, about how, stuff that gets on Disney Plus or anything that's not like Netflix or Crunchyroll just fucking seems to die in terms of public consciousness, which is a real shame, because I think Ranger, along with Prince, right, were some of the highest ranking things that I would say for the season, right? I would say both of those were definitely the highlights. So yeah, it's a real shame. It's a real shame.
Yeah, this is the last show we're talking about. Yeah. So Girls Band Cry is my favorite of the season.
Mm.
But Rangers is like a third, and I would maybe put Konosuba as a close second, and yeah, if we're going
Well,
to do big rankings, for me it's Girls Band Cry, Konosuba, Mushoku Tensei, Jellyfish in the Night, Seven Prince, Loser Ranger maybe above Mushoku Tensei, and maybe
yeah, we don't have to worry too much about it. I will address, 5-0 in the chat who's talking about, preferring physical media. Like that's one thing, but I'm talking more about like public public consciousness, because heaps of people talking about Mushoku Tensei constantly, all the time. It's everywhere. You can't escape it, right? Heaps of people talking about, I don't know, Demon Slayer. Heaps of people talking about, like I could go on Twitter right now and I could probably find people talking about other stuff. People talked about Prince. People talked about Girls Band Cry, which was good because I think that one just kind of broke through the barrier.
Yeah,
pure fucking,
it's only
fan
licensed
love
in French, besides Japan, of course.
Yeah, so that was one. That one kind of broke through the barrier, but I don't see anyone talking about Ranger that much, like at all. No one really talks about Ranger, which is a real shame because I think that it should be talked about because it was really good. So anyway, that kind of covers last season's stuff. Let's what's in the future? What's coming up? What's coming on up?
Before we are going into the future, we need to stay a little bit into the past still. We're going to have to talk about what we said we were going to do and what we ended up doing.
Right, so I have to switch my mark filter. I will remove the stuff that I was skipping. So let's have a look. So I was considering Slime, but I didn't watch that, obviously.
Yeah,
I watched Mushoku Tensei and I watched Kaiju. I have been watching Hero Academia, but I haven't been talking about it because, quite frankly, there's not a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of it's a shonen.
What
shonen
kind
things
of order do you have?
Big final fight is happening. Big shonen. There was some funny stuff around that on Twitter though, because the villain. I don't want to spend like the next 10 minutes explaining what's happening in Hero Aka, but the general just is all the villains have been separated into like groups, and they're all fighting in separate groups, right? And the group that's fighting the big bad villain, like the one All for One or whatever his name is, right? With Endeavor, the fireman, and Hawks, the bird guy, right? They're fighting him. So Shadow Man and Headphone Girl, right, are like coming in to assist, and All for One fires like a giant laser beam at them, and Hawks manages to just push it out the way, but it clips Headphone Girl's ear, and so one of her little headphone jack ear things is literally just flying, has been cut off, right? And people on Twitter were like, how dare they do that to a child? How could they do this? How could the child be put in danger, Ellie? How could a villain do something bad to a child? It's so moralizing shit. It's just, I fucking hate it. But God. So yeah, here stuff is happening in Hero Aka, but it's not really like something I really care about talking about. I might talk about it like when it's done.
Yeah,
all right. What I'll do. But anyway, I watched Seventh Prince. I watched Dream Monster. I did not watch Dungeon Meshi, even though I had that on considering. Just didn't really care too much for it. I had what's it called? Kamiwa Game ni something. I had that as a considering, but I also didn't end up watching that either.
I have to
obviously watched Ranger, and then I watched Ranger and Blue. So I pretty much watched most of the stuff that I said I was going to watch.
Although, you have to remember that the list I have on screen was kind of our shared agreed thing.
It was. I was just going through what I had on my list, which was stuff that I
so
actually do.
We had, as a shared thing, maybe Mushoku Tensei, maybe Slime, which was eventually we just skipped over. We did watch Mushoku Tensei, that's correct. Demon Slayer, Moonlit Fantasy, Kaiju 8 was it planning? Well, We'll just
Oh,
say
that was consider you put it as we put it as planning because I was gonna probably watch it and you weren't. So
yeah. So I at least watched Konosuba. We didn't watch Chilling in Another World with two level 2 superpower cheats, something.
no, we didn't.
We skipped over My Hero Academia. We could say, right?
Yeah, I already talked about that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm watching it, but you're not, so it doesn't matter.
Well, considering maybe. We did watch Reincarnated Seventh Prince. We didn't watch Archdemon's Beginning, One Piece, Windbreaker. I did see some talk of Windbreaker.
If you go to the mark filter, you can filter out the stuff that we've already skipped.
No, because I can't. Something
because
is
you want to go through everything. Do you?
No. Because there's something funny. Reincarnated, we skipped over Reincarnated. This Misfit, we didn't want Remonster.
We dropped the absolute shit out of Remonster.
I don't see it dropped in here.
Yeah, I don't know, just
here dropped.
Whatever. Just
complete lost drop. Didn't watch the Dungeon Meshi. Skipped over Newgate. I'll put Spice and Wolf on planning, I guess. A regular Data Life, Unnamed Memory. Is on plan, but we didn't bother with it.
Nah, I don't. I think that would have been for you because I didn't watch it.
Yeah, God Club game skipped. We were planning on Go Loser Rangers.
Yeah, I was playing it. Yeah, that was one that was in the. I think that was because I was gonna watch it. I think, and you were hesitant on it.
I thought I was good on it. We'll have to check, I guess. Anyway, Archive was watched by you.
Yep, I watched that one. Yep.
And Jellyfish Can't Swim Night. I had it on considering, but gave it a full watch. And the next thing of note, Euphonia, and these voice actors. Skipped over voice actor, didn't watch Euphonia. And then Naruto, over here, Girls Band Cry. Skip.
Yeah.
It's a full
sleeper hit of the season.
Completed.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't filter out skipped, because this one was on skip, which is a funny one.
Right. Well, I'm gonna refill drinks and get ready, and then we'll talk about the next season. So I'll be back in a sec.
So, we got a minute, chat. Let's see. All Might beat Superman. I guess I haven't watched either of them really. One is bad. Disability. Coming Revolution. Girl Brand Crybaby. Well, if you see Nina's, I'll quickly go back to that. You can see Nina doing is it Fate? Oh. You can see Nina big crying in the corner there. There was crying in the show. Yeah, I got through osmosis that All Might is a Japanese kind of Superman. I did read, I believe, a good deal of the manga until some arc. I was no longer interested.
Let's go. Yeah. What do we got? So what do we got? What do we?
All right, it's if you want to go along, it's on filter and not watch the stream.
Anime chart, live chart, whatever.
Popularity English titles. Sort by. Those are the sorting options.
I'll switch it to English titles so that I can read them.
All right, Oshinoko.
I don't know why. I don't know. Oh yeah, because you probably have your filter on because slime isn't showing up for you, but it's showing up. It's showing up for me though.
Yeah, but if
probably doesn't matter. Probably doesn't.
I'm not going to. If we already decided to skip something, I'm not going to come in halfway through. That's why.
Right. Okay. Well then we'll just quickly. I'll just kind of slime. Obviously, none of us are watching that.
Yeah, so skipped out.
So
Oshinoko.
Oshinoko season 2. I think we can both agree that we'll be watching that.
Yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer. Very interested to see where they go with it because it's going to be about stage play, isn't it?
I have read the manga very far in, so I
Yes.
know this entire arc.
You have read the funny incest.
I am a primary, you filthy secondary.
Yeah. So you're definitely going to be watching Oshinoko. That's a given. So interesting. I wonder what the second one is. Sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. Because it's interesting to me that that's high up the list. Because obviously we're sorting by popularity.
Yeah.
So I wonder what that's about.
So apparently, a girl who knows Russian or is half Russian doesn't speak much but mumbles in Russian. Others think she's very cool and silent, but if you know Russian, she says some stuff. And suddenly there's a fellow classmate or someone who can also speak Russian or understand Russian. So now they have a romantic comedy where
funny,
your true
funny,
feelings are revealed. You can't hide behind your Russian.
No Russians, ja. Ja, no Russian.
Als ik plotseling Nederlands ga spreken, dan begrijp je het een klein beetje. Dat is een beetje...
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? No,
nee.
Okay. So no, I'm not particularly interested. I just think it's interesting how it's so high up the list. So
I am giving it a considering myself.
Yeah, I'm probably not, unless you tell me it's good. In which case, I may or may not pick it up because I have a feeling this season is looking dry as shit.
Yeah, that's why I may be a little bit more generous because previous season was a lot.
Yeah, we had a lot last season, so it'd be good to have a break. 10
series between the two of us.
Yeah, so obviously Hero Arc, I already talked about that, so we don't have to worry about that. One Piece already, you're filtering out the skipped stuff anyway. Spice and Wolf, you already talked about that.
Alright.
Tower of God. I did not watch Tower of God.
So that's a skip by...
That's a skip for me. If it's a second season of something I obviously haven't watched, then I'm probably not gonna watch it. I've heard mixed. I've heard it's okay. I feel that Tower of God is like fine, but it's not hype for me. So, Days with My Stepsister though, that sounds Studio Dean romance slice of life. Father remarries. Oh yeah, this is sounding fun. Sounding fun.
Is it admiration, familial love, or something more?
Oh boy, I might put that on the considering because it could sound. I mean, it might be fun.
Romantic comedies are always good. The strongest magician in the human army is actually the strongest magician in the Demon's Lord's army was actually human.
It's an isekai. Oh no! We don't have the counter working yet, so we can't do isekai.
It broke
counter.
somewhere.
If someone in the chat wants to do isekai counter, they're welcome to, because we can't.
Well, don't forget Spice and Wolf, the native isekai.
The native isekai. It's fucking the zoomies in the.
It's an old thing by now.
Dumb terms. So I'm not real. I think I've heard some talk about it. Like, apparently,
I haven't really.
Apparently, the first episode's already out, so that's.
Oh yeah, that's true. I see it in episode 2 is out in one day. I might give it a skim through if it's fun or animated good enough. I don't know Studio A-Cat. I don't know what studio that is.
Let me have a look. They've done some other fantasy stuff. They did that high-speed motorsport one from last season.
I forget the name, but I know what you mean.
The CG one. And they did a few other things, but nothing super hype. From what I can tell.
I know. I haven't heard complaints about the Formula 1 anime being badly animated or anything. So
yeah, so it's probably going to be alright. But like I said, I'm not. I'll put that in like I'll keep an eye on it, and if I hear anything about it,
Yeah, a
then
low
I might
considering,
watch
I
it.
guess.
Yeah, low considering. Yeah.
The same is kind
Next
of true
on.
for Our Last Crusade or The Rise of the New World. Oh, season 2, never mind. The title and the
Yeah.
image look kind of
Well, the
interesting.
one that I had, on skipping already was Mission something family. But yeah, I'm trying to because I'm looking at your list and my list, so I'm kind of like looking at both of them. But yeah, if it's a season 2, something that we've not watched yet, gonna automatic skip. So Failure of Flame, we got another isekai. I become the strongest and annihilate everything with low level spells. I think with a lot of these
is
isekai
best.
ones, it's gonna be a case of skipping unless I hear something good about it, right?
Yeah. This one
Because it's
looks
like,
like some good old survival first. The
mm,
description says
mm,
that God is banishing him into a dungeon from no one has returned alive. So this is a kind of more of a Kumiko spider kind of deal.
right.
Isekai Shikaku is a interesting one. Which one was that? No longer allowed in another world. That's coming up.
It's coming up. Yeah, we're going through in order, so
Yeah.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right.
Because first we got to talk about. So we had Calf Terrace season 2. Don't care.
Yeah, season 2. All right.
Suicide Squad Isekai.
I heard buzz, but only because it's Suicide Squad. But I'm not interested in Suicide Squad, so it's
yeah, and I'm not interested in it either. Really, I mean, Harley Quinn looks fine, I guess. I think Unknown was talking to me about something about that. Apparently, that's gonna be. I don't know if he's. Yeah. I will be watching. I know it's like I will be watching.
I won't. So you can tell me all about it.
You can tell us if it's good or not. Yeah, because I mean, it looks fine. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. There's another one that I might of these Western properties getting an anime that's coming up that I might have a problem with. But this one I don't really like. I heard that the Batman Ninja was quite good, and I heard that because there's been a few of these DC anime adaptation type thing, original story type things, right? And I assume that Suicide Squad Isekai is probably coming hot off the heels of the Batman Ninja doing quite well.
Yeah, I think
I heard
more inspired by
did
that
quite well
than anything else.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. So now we'll talk about No Longer Allowed in Another World, which our boy Gouda was talking about.
This description is kind of interesting. I am going to put it on a considering. It's not a solid plan for now, but
yeah, it could be good. Yeah, I'm giving it a look. Yeah, so it could be right. Next we've got Why Does Nobody Remember Me in This World? So
this is kind of a thing that I'm kind of interested in kind of conceptually. What happens when you leave the world after you've saved it and come back? Right? Kind of a Narnia thing. But
yeah, and then time happens. You know,
what happens with your legacy after you've saved the world?
Right.
So I'm giving it a considering. This one,
Pseudo Harem.
This looks like a fun slice of life. I have to. Oh, it's already. No, it's episode 1.
Yeah, 2 days. Joins the drama club. Dreams of having a harem like the ones in his favorite manga. Finds herself crushing hard. Tries on different personas in his presence to win him over.
So he just
could be interesting.
You know, I'm always up for some happy romantic comedy. Kaguya-sama is kind of one of them.
Also, before I forget, Naretsu, we're on Twitter where people bringing up Nora. So for Samu, right? There's a guy, that Adam Godwin or whatever the fuck his name is, guy did a video on Nora and basically defending her or something like that. And yeah, I tweeted about it. people on Twitter weren't bringing up Nora. It was basically just me saying, no, I am not covering a fucking hour and 40-minute video on normalities. It's not fucking happening. So yeah, that was why she was coming back up. So yeah, back to so deer memes. Do you like deer, Ellie? Do you like deer memes? Are you gonna be
The
watching the
deer game
deer,
was funny when I saw it.
the deer memes? The only thing I really care about with the deer game, the deer memes, is I like the little dance meme. The dance meme is quite good because it's
They're doing a good
you know,
job of promoting the anime before it's out because everybody
yeah,
knows it.
yeah. The little dance is quite good. I've seen
You
that all
know,
over my
I am going
shorts,
to
and
watch.
I've seen lewd parodies of it as well. It's been quite good.
I'm going to watch like 2 episodes. If it's still funny after 2 episodes, it's probably good. Studio Wit though, or Wit Studio. So that's some pedigree, right? I forgot.
The same studio doing Suicide Squad Isekai, doing 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 the deer one.
Very different.
So yeah, that's
All right,
interesting.
Fairy Tail. I
Fairy
haven't watched it in
Tail, yeah.
forever. I can't move stuff.
Hey, okay, so now we've got an Enichi, 2.5 dimensional seduction. I have no interest in real girls, so claims.
So it's a kind of a
President of the
cosplay
school's
thing.
manga club. He's your typical otaku, obsessed with sexy 2D anime characters. New school year starts, and a real 3D girl named whose passion is cosplay joins the club. Convinces him to become it. So this sounds like Dress Up Darling, but
shallow.
But shallow, yeah. And tomatoing fetishy stuff. Ooh. The boundaries between 2D and 3D start to blur as a hot-blooded romantic comedy evolves.
All right. So
right.
Are you going
You've
to
got
watch
my
this?
attention. You've got my attention. You've got my attention. We'll see what happens.
I am not going to watch it. It sounds boring from the premise, unfortunately.
I mean, it does. I mean, it's probably going to be something I'll check out, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's.
Yeah, you can tell me next week or so if it's actually something.
I'll keep an eye out on it.
I parry everything.
Yes, man, big parry, big Dark Souls man, Dark Souls man, parrying everything. I don't know. Kingdom and Dire
Science
Crisis.
kind of too gimmicky. I don't.
Yeah, we'll have to put that in the pile of things where it's kind of like, oh, it could be alright, but you know.
I was going to put a skip on it, but if you say,
yeah, well, I mean, I'm skipping it until proven otherwise, basically.
All right, I can deal with it. I skipped on Girls Band Cry, and it was very good.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Westoria, Wand and Sword.
This looks
a lot of fantasy this season. That's
yeah.
not just isekai. A lot of non-isekai fantasy shows. Which is, I guess Twitter will be happy because then they can shut the fuck up about how come I don't get anything. It's not isekai.
It's all native isekai.
It's also Bandai Namco too. So is it like based on a game or something? Because it's Namco.
It kind of looks to me like it was based on some other property. Although it says manga, I'm suspicious. I feel some.
I don't know. But
mixed media coming in.
So anyhow, next we've got Journey Through Another World.
Putting it on skip because I'm not interested.
Yeah, same. And then we've got going through the other world, raising your kids. Okay, accidentally killed by God and reincarnated, granted a variety of skills.
And he's going to raise a couple of twins. Unfortunately, the premise doesn't interest me. From what I'm seeing,
nobody's way up to an exploration hero.
Mob character, hunted slimes. Oh, it's actually fantasy. It kind of looked like a school setting. Modern battle fantasy. All right, so it's modern world-ish. Yeah.
Could be.
I'm putting it up on considering.
Yeah. You're considering more than me, but it's fine.
I can.
Next we've got Something My Dear Memories, drama romance.
Collecting.
As the world sunk, I found you. Mm. Yeah, we've got a lot. I'm noticing a lot of romance, a lot of drama, a lot of fantasy this season. A lot of that kind of stuff showing up today.
Oh, there's a kind of a harem with two twins next.
Yeah, I see that. Lovers Invisible by Twins. Yeah,
Oh, tomboy, boyish
yeah. Ooh,
charm,
ooh, ooh.
girlish looks.
Uh, yeah. Seems interesting.
All
Maybe
right,
we'll keep an eye
I
out.
am going to put the first dear moments on skip, and this one a maybe.
Mm.
Um,
The Osan newbie adventurer trained to death by the most powerful party, become sucker. No, okay, become invincible. No, you're not really interested
putting
in
a
that
skip
either.
on that. Magical
Magical
Girl Lieutenant.
Girl and
Ooh,
the
this
evil
one looks.
lieutenant used to be arch enemies. Summary: she's a magical girl sworn to fight for peace, love, and justice. He's a lieutenant born into a military family that serves an evil empire, and yet it is love at first sight.
I am. But it is. I see the Tax Maho Shoujo romance slice of life. I am putting
Mm,
it on a low planning.
low planning, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one is easy. Otama skip. I haven't been watching.
Yeah, I haven't watched the first one either, so yeah, not gonna happen. Senpai is an Otanoko. All right, cross dressing time. Let's go.
Good times. Also, there's a
Good
love
times.
triangle in there, so it's.
Mm.
I would give it a planning. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me how that goes.
Also, my
My wife,
wife.
my wife has no emotion.
She's a
Okay.
robot.
Ah.
There's already an episode out. I'm putting it on a skip. It doesn't look that interesting to
I
me.
don't know. I might think about it. Yeah, a lot of
From
okay
dying from
stuff.
overwork.
Crafting, fishing, something,
You know, I
something.
was happy with what I saw from 300 years of killing slime, but I'm kind of
Mm,
satiated by with 300 years of killing slime. So I'm going to skip out on this one.
yeah. Too many losing
This one I'm going to
heroines.
watch.
Oh yeah.
It's A1 Pictures for if it means anything to you. But I've seen a
Mm-hmm.
trailer of this and it looks good.
All right. All right. Next we've got Mystery School. How to become ordinary. Yeah.
I
Oh,
am
VTuber legend. How I went viral after forgetting to turn off my
I
stream.
am putting a how to become ordinary on a mid considering.
One pictures McDonald's. Yeah. But
Uh,
okay, so VTuber, 20-year-old former wage wage. She's a wagey.
oh, she's going to
um.
just be drunk on stream. That's her new personality.
Oh, okay.
This is maybe
She ended her
fun to
stream.
just to see
Yeah,
what
it could be fun. It could be fun,
I'm
and
putting it on the
I'll
planning.
I'll consider that one. I'll consider that one. Next we got Bye Bye Earth.
Yeah.
Not really. Not,
I
we're
think
kind of
I'll put
skipping
on
through a lot of these because I'll be real. A lot of these seem very dry.
quality assurance. I am a kind of a quality assurance.
Yeah,
So me,
it's literally Ellie.
it's literally
It's
me.
literally you.
But
you can watch it. You can tell us how wrong they are.
nah,
About
I'll
your
put
job.
it on the skip. This one, The Elusive Samurai, it had a good trailer. I'm going to watch it.
All right. I'll
It had a
think about
fun
it.
action in the trailer for you.
Hmm.
Also,
Uh,
plus side of
yes.
get your real
The
woman's.
BBW elves is here. It's time. The long wait is over.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we've got Rick and Morty. So this is the
That's an
other.
easy skip. Second season
Yeah.
skip. Second season shy. I was planning to
Well, the
watch.
Rick and Morty one, I was seeing a lot of talk on Twitter about it because the animation for it does look kind of weird
It's also
in a sense.
Telecom. That's not a Japanese studio.
I don't know. I don't know what else have they done. Have they done anything? Oh, they've worked on a lot of things actually. They worked on
Alright.
Nagatoro. They worked on Blue Box. They worked on.
Worked on, or were the studio behind them?
Well, looks like studio behind them actually.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, they've got a few things under their belt. They did a Lupin the third part 5.
Alright. Anyway,
This-
I'm not
Yeah,
going to
I don't know
watch.
if it's a studio or if it's publishing or whatever, but the Rick and Morty thing though, I feel like it's a bit like it definitely. I feel like they're going for that kind of wacky, cartoony type look to it. And I guess it would fit with the theme, but I'm not. Yeah,
Nah,
I'm
not
not
interested.
that interested. So I'm
Alright,
gonna skip
Dungeon
that.
People looks kinda interesting. I'm putting it on a considering.
Okay, so unexplored dungeon filled with monsters, traps, expert thief searching for lost father. Clay delves deeper into the dungeon. Offered a job by the dungeon's caretaker. Now, instead of exploring, Clay must interview new monster, interview new monsters, set traps. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Yeah, that sounds okay.
Alright, this next
Uh,
one looks interesting enough to put it on a at least a watch like the first
mm,
few
mm.
episodes.
Next, we've got Cheer for You. You know it's good when tags are TBA.
Well, this by PA Works. That's a reputable studio of
Mm,
some kind.
mm.
It looks like some good
Dogpo's
old
news.
slice of life comedy. I'll put
Mm.
it on a planning, I guess.
Yeah, Delico's nursery,
I'll put it
childcare
on a
fantasy vampire.
skip, unfortunately. All the humans die at
Uh,
once. Alright.
yeah.
Hmm.
Heartstar's at birth.
Skippy.
So that's Sonica, that Riceru, and that's based on a game. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but is that not a game screenshot?
Yeah, it's based on like it's like I can't remember a lot about it. I think I saw it on like one of the.
Oh no,
I've seen
I have
trailers for the game, but I don't know too
I
much
have
about it.
I have plans to play it for and buy it for a long time, but I never had. But I know stuff about the
Mm,
game. I'm going to watch like the first episodes and see if it's of
yeah.
good enough quality to go on.
Then we got a Boys Love. We got Twilight Out of Focus. So Boys Love.
Uh,
Moriarty, The Perfect Crime, detective stuff.
Detective stuff is interesting and alright, but I'm going to put it on the skip. This one doesn't have an image.
Oh, it
Alright.
does for me. So maybe it's just broken.
Anyway,
It's Gen Iser, yeah.
Max, I guess.
Um,
Alright, Red Cat
something.
Ramen, skip, more
Oh yeah,
Blue Cat,
we're starting to get into the real
Beyblade,
weeds.
Card Fight.
Beyblade, Card Fight, Theater of Darkness, Chubby Girlfriend, and Pitiful Boyfriend. Okay.
That sounds funny though.
And yeah, the rest of it looks like kids stuff.
Picture books.
So
We like picture books, right?
yeah, you don't have to read. It's perfect for Giga Kelly. He doesn't have to read.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
we're
yeah,
going to
so
filter.
removing everything that I put for skipping, I've got Oshinokoi. I'm still watching Hiroaka. There's a pretty good selection, I'd say, of shows here. So
Can I
I
filter
feel like
by?
this season's going to be a little bit more dry for anime. Maybe we can use that time we would be talking about anime to do some longer videos.
Maybe.
Maybe we.
Anyway, for the definite watchings, it will be
Mm,
Oshinoko for me or us at least. Oshinoko, right?
yeah, yep.
And the next one, oh, it's only like two.
Not a lot. Yeah, not a lot.
For me, it would be Makiine.
Mm,
Makiine.
yeah,
And after that, it's Plus Side Elf and the Elusive Samurai and Bayonake Punch.
yeah, yeah. Not a lot. Not a lot. Very dry season in summer this season. I guess it works out because it's summer. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, if like a sleeper hit shows up, like maybe
Well,
that
yeah. If
2D
another
dimensional the fight 2.5D dimensional thing will end up being a sleeper hit. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm happy with more Girls Band Cry sleeper hits from intending to skip it to being my favorite show of the season.
Suicide Squad Isekai sleeper.
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? We'll see what
Although
happens.
it's going to face a hurdle of me not being interested in ape superheroes or basically any superheroes in general.
So yeah, I guess that kind of pretty much sums it up. We short stream this
That
week.
was the plan, though, right?
That was the plan. Yeah, we're gonna do a short stream today, to cover the animes, get that done, and then next week we're gonna cover something. We don't know what we're gonna cover yet. We'll figure that out maybe
All right,
later.
Loretsu, we have to talk about that game thing you wanted to talk about.
Ah, yes, I did want to talk about one game thing that I've been playing.
Yeah, so we'll do that, and then we'll go flash this list one last time, and then
we're off.
Ooh, sorry.
We're off. We're free. We'll free you all from having to listen to us. So I play my gotchas, right? I play my gooches.
How do you do it? I can't.
How do I do it? And the Project NeuroCloud, which is the kind of pseudo prequel to Girls Frontline. It's a pseudo prequel because it happens during Girls Frontline, but it's based in a cloud server, which the timeline is before Girls Front. It's complicated, right? It's complicated, but basically, they're having a collaboration with Steins Gate. You know Steins Gate, big Steins Gate, big.
I have watched the Steins Gate
anime, big thing, and it's good. It's really, really, really good. They're doing this interesting thing with the perspective where, about a little bit at the beginning, you change perspective to Okabe, right? And so the story ends up taking place from Okabe's perspective, and you see yourself, you see the professor as a character, not as the main character, but as a supporting role, right? So it's like you're seeing it because usually you see it from obviously like either a third person perspective, right, or you're viewing it from the perspective, like usually when you're like reading these stories, right, you're seeing it from like a narration perspective where you're watching the characters interact and do stuff. Point of view, or your own point of view as like the doctor or the professor or the commander, right, or something like that. But the in this one, they've decided to kind of embrace the virtual novel format to a very extreme degree, where they're like, right, you're going to be following Okabe. Okabe is the main character. You're looking at everything through his perspective. You get his internal monologues. You get his, thoughts. You have like the phone that comes up and does stuff just like in Steins Gate, right? You had the phone as like UI as well for one of the menus, and you can click through the menus via the phone, right? If you've ever played Steins Gate, you'll know what I'm talking about. And so there's a lot going on. And it's quite interesting. There's all this stuff with the world lines and jumping between the world lines and having to do all the story and all of that stuff. Obviously, you get the units as now Magician of D. The way NeuroCloud works is, yes, she starts out as 3 stars, but then you up the star level as you iterate. So I'm working on getting her to max stars now, which I think is 5 or 6. So it's working. It's working. Yeah, has the trigger mechanic. That's actually cool. Yeah. They've done a lot of work into adapting what they're doing. Because sometimes you'll have a collab, right? And it's just kind of like the collab stuff is there and it's not like integrated. Girls Frontline had that recently with Ghost in the Shell, where it didn't really feel like it was just kind of like, oh, the Ghost in the Shell characters just kind of show up.
And there's just the skin of a new enemy or something, maybe.
Yeah, like they just kind of, because the story of that one was like they just kind of show up and it's not really well explained or integrated into the world, right? With this, it's very much integrated into the world because the setup is, Okabe is doing Science Machine 99 and it looks like the satellite and it's like, oh, it's going to be this new future gadget, right? It's this new hot future gadget. Ferris's best girl, don't at me. Ferris shows up. All of them show up, actually. Pretty much all of them show up. and I'll talk about that in a minute because I do have something to talk about. But I want to just kind of give the setup. Yeah, basically, yeah, they get teleported into the future, into the neural cloud server, which is kind of interesting to think about because they've been transferred into the server via the thing. And of course, it's wacky science fiction nonsense anyway, so it's not like it needs to be. And it's not like it needs to be super explained. But the way that they've kind of integrated the characters into the world, it is very much. It's got that isekai quality of they're in the they're in the environment. How do these characters interact with the environment and the other character, like the characters? You have what's his name, the fat otaku guy, meeting up with the hacker chick, and they're playing video games for like 4 hours. And then he's like being a perv, and Automata, who's like the hacker girl. Daru and Automata. Like Automata is like I'm gonna, if you keep acting like this, I'm gonna delete you from the server. And he's like, oh yes, please keep degrading me more. And Automata is just like, oh fuck. And a lot of the writing is very otaku centric. It's like they use proper terms. I was gonna mention the trap character because they show up, and you have this nun character and this other shrine maiden character who are both kind of fujos, and so there's like this dialogue exchange where they talk about Okabe's relationship with the trap. It's great. It's great. Yeah, Luca. Yeah, Luca. That's right. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's a fantastic collab. I've been really enjoying kind of chipping away at the story for it, and getting through it all. I got all the characters, so I'm happy as well. So you know, I can't complain. I saved up a shitload of resources so that I could get the characters for it. But no, I would definitely put it as on the higher end of gotcha game collabs that I've played. I think it's very, very, very good. If you are into Steins Gate, you'd probably have a great fucking time. You'd probably have a fantastic time with this event. I would look it up and maybe watch the story online or something if you can find it. It's good. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to quickly talk about that.
Yeah, I will never be able to bring to muster up the patience for
It'll never happen. Yeah.
Although I did play.
Man, you made me remember why I love Steins Gate before the dark times. Yeah. Speaking of dark, I will also say that the story gets, in Steins Gate fashion, it gets very fucking emotional and very intense.
Also, I just wanted to before it disappears. So, it did disappear from the small window we have on screen. No,
no.
Steam sales. I bought bought Victoria free, so I've been playing a little bit of Victoria free. I also bought Millennia because it looked interesting. Also from Paradox. So I am deep into menus, and I'm learning how to do trade routes because I thought I would be able to get money from a trade route if I bought the stuff, and the tariff says you make money, but then I do the trade route and then I lose money. How does that happen? I don't know. So I have to do some, play another 10 hours before I get a mechanic, and then I can move on to, spying or whatever. Then I'll learn how that works. Yeah, but my journey of Victoria free is starting until I either understand or get bored of it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm trying to. I've got to save money, so I have to. I have to bloody not try and resist the urge to buy a whole bunch of fucking hentai games.
There's not much on Steam, and not many on Steam.
Well, you got Flipwitch. I still have to pick up Flipwitch.
Oh yeah, Flipwitch is there.
Logic. I got your Flipwitch. I got a bunch of ones from Kagura Games that I want to pick up.
I just go to DL sites directly, and
I could just get
buy when I'm on there
too, but it doesn't matter. What about people who aren't into Steins Gate but really into Gates, generally speaking? I don't know, D. I don't know. Might not be quite the Gates that you're after. Sadly, got to throw money at Bob. Yeah. But yeah, no. So yeah, it was pretty good. So yeah, same time, end of the week. Hopefully, we'll have another
Yeah,
stream.
we'll have
You guys.
at least for what we have planned right now, a regular time stream. Next week I don't have anything planned, and Naruto has never anything planned in the weekends.
Yeah, I try not to have things planned on weekends. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I have sometimes I have plans for things in the weekend, but this stream for me is late in the evening, so
So yeah, it was a good time. Hope you
yeah,
guys had a fun time
just
chatting
for a
about
final
animes.
slow scroll across what we're planning to do, kinda. Oshinoko mostly. The Russian girl looks kind of interesting. Pseudo harem for me, just a normal slice of life. Nokotan.
Don't trust Hallease was soon. That's
Turn
great.
is with a C.
Everyone's talking about Steins Gate in the chat. It's great.
I'll have you know that CERN is with a C. No Nocturne. Love is indivisible by twins. The good old romantic comedy harem-ish show. This one very shoujo like, might be interesting. This one might be funny. This one looks good. This one looks like fun action. This one may be interesting. This one I'll be watching because it's funny. And this one looks funny as well. Oh, it has attack comedy, so it better be funny.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So,
a little bit drier, but good stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I guess we will catch you guys next time.
So, well, I just wanted to mention,
oh.
sometimes, mostly Samu, is asking for video game streams. Just in general,
I've been considering it. I still got to get my audio shit fixed.
Yeah, the thing is,
once I get my audio shit fixed for OBS, I might be able to do some.
The thing is, right? If I play a game, it's for the time that I want to play it, and for streams, I'll have to dedicate the time to actually play the game for a longer
Because I've been
period.
thinking about doing reverse collapse, maybe, but I'd have to. Again, I'd have to consider it. It could be fun. I've also been getting into War Thunder again because I've been slowly doing some stuff after the update. So
maybe I could do hook up.
I know for a fucking fact when Mech Warrior Clans comes out, I want to stream the fuck out of that. So I kind of want to get in on that. So hopefully I'll be fixed by then. Yeah, War Thunder. I'm a War Thunder player. Please put me out of my misery.
No, I might be I might, if I can get the right times, pull up Unicorn Overlord and actually finish the game. Because I'm still at this kind of choice paralysis where hey, you can marry somebody. Now pick who you want to marry. Oh damn, I want to marry them all. Why can I have 2 wives? Naretsu.
Why does your man god let you have 2 wives?
I want to marry an elf and another elf and some human sheltered friend and a family member and a niece.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I guess we will catch you guys next time.
Yeah.
So later. Bye.